Now, what if I told you about a guy with over 17,000 career points, almost 8,000 career boards, an 11-time All-Star, and was regarded as one of the greatest power forwards of his generation, just disappeared one day? That's what happened to our guy, Chris Bosh. One day he was winning championships as part of the Big Three, and the next day, he was kind of gone. So how did this even happen? Where did he go? And where is he now? Well, to figure this out, we got to go back to the day where everything changed.
With the fourth pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select Chris Bosh from Georgia Tech University.
Entering the NBA as the fourth overall pick in a loaded draft class as a 19-year-old, Bosh faced the significant challenges of adjusting to the pace and physicality of the professional game. The Toronto Raptors undergoing a transitional phase after losing the great Vince Carter placed significant responsibilities on the young forward. But despite these challenges, Bosh showcased glimpses of his potential during his rookie season. He quickly established himself as a capable scorer, rebounder, and defender, demonstrating a mature understanding of the game. His combination of agility, shooting touch, and basketball IQ allowed him to compete against veteran players. While the Raptors struggled to find success as a team, Bosh's steady improvement hinted at his potential to become the franchise cornerstone. Over the next few years, Bosh grew into the face of the Toronto Raptors. By his third season, he was selected to his first of his 11 NBA All-Star games, becoming one of the youngest players to achieve this honor. As the team's undisputed leader, Bosh consistently delivers standout performances, averaging over 20 points per game for 5 consecutive seasons. Bosh's offensive arsenal included a reliable mid-range jumper, strong post moves, and the ability to drive to the basket. His versatility made him a matchup nightmare for opponents. In addition to his scoring, Bosh was a relentless rebounder and an improving defender, further solidifying his place among the league's elite forwards. But despite Bosh's individual brilliance, the Raptors struggled to find consistency as a team. The lack of a strong supporting cast and the challenges of attracting top-tier free agents hindered their ability to contend. While the team made the playoffs twice during Bosh's tenure, they only managed 3 total playoff wins, leaving fans frustrated and disappointed. Bosh carried much of the offensive load for the Raptors, but basketball is a team sport, and without sufficient help, winning games just isn't going to happen. During his 7 years in Toronto, Bosh rewrote the franchise record books. He became the Raptors' all-time leading scorer and was the face of the team during a period of transition and rebuilding. His dedication to improving every aspect of his game made him a fan favorite, and his consistency on the court earned him respect throughout the league. While his time with the Raptors ended without a championship or many playoff wins, Bosh's impact on the franchise was undeniable. He left Toronto as one of its greatest players, paving the way for future stars to take the reins and continue the team's evolution. In the summer of 2010, Chris Bosh made a career-defining decision that changed the NBA landscape. After 7 seasons as the centerpiece of the Toronto Raptors, he joined Dwayne Wade and LeBron James in Miami, forming the Big Three. This formation was both a bold move and a calculated gamble. Bosh willingly sacrificed his role as a first option and a second option to become part of a team with championship aspirations, fully aware of the scrutiny and pressure that would follow. The announcement of the Big Three sparked immediate excitement, but also drew significant criticism. Many viewed the move as BS and unfair, while others questioned how 3 dominant players could share the spotlight. For Bosh, the decision meant embracing a new role where his individual accolades would take a back seat to team success. Despite the challenges, he remained confident in the team's potential and committed to making it work. The Miami Heat faced a rocky start in their first season together, but by the end of the 2010-2011 campaign, the team had hit its stride. Bosh's ability to adapt his game proved crucial to their success. He was no longer the primary scoring option or the secondary scoring option. Yet, he played a much-needed role as a versatile forward who could stretch the floor with his shooting and defending multiple positions, also making critical plays in high-pressure moments. More specifically, in the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals, Bosh delivered one of his most memorable performances, scoring 34 points on 72% shooting in Game 3 against the Chicago Bulls. His efforts helped the Heat advance to the NBA Finals, although they fell short of winning the NBA title in their first season together. Bosh's contributions became even more pivotal during Miami's back-to-back championship seasons in 2012 and 2013. In the 2013 NBA Finals, he played a key role in one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. In Game 6, with the Heat trailing the San Antonio Spurs, Bosh grabbed an offensive rebound off of a LeBron James miss, passed it to Ray Allen, who hit the game-tying three to force overtime. The Heat would go on to win the game and ultimately the series in 7 games. Bosh also made a crucial block on Danny Green's three-point attempt in the closing seconds, sealing Miami's victory. Bosh's defensive versatility was a cornerstone of the Heat's success. His ability to guard all 5 positions allowed Miami to employ innovative defensive strategies, particularly during the playoffs. His willingness to adapt and sacrifice his usual scoring role demonstrated his value as a complete player. But Bosh's time in Miami was not without its challenges. Transitioning from the primary offensive option in Toronto to a complementary role alongside LeBron and D-Wade required significant adjustments, and he often received criticism for his reduced stats, with some labeling him as a weak link or the third wheel of the Big Three. However, Bosh's contributions went far beyond the box score. His ability to space the floor with his shooting forced defenses to stretch, creating opportunities for his teammates to attack the basket. On the defensive end, his mobility and basketball IQ allowed Miami to execute high-pressure schemes effectively. Despite the outside criticism, Bosh remained focused and resilient. He understood the sacrifices required for the team to succeed and willingly embraced his role. His adaptability and commitment to winning became defining traits of his Miami tenure. When LeBron left Miami in 2014 for a homecoming in Cleveland, the Heat faced a new chapter, and Bosh re-signed with the team on a max contract. With LeBron gone and D-Wade declining, Bosh returned to a more prominent offensive role, resembling his Toronto days. He averaged over 21 points per game during the 2014-2015 season and embraced his position as the team's leader alongside Dwayne Wade. Bosh's expanded role helped keep the Heat competitive during a transitional period. His scoring, leadership, and veteran presence provided stability to a team in the midst of rebuilding or retooling. And while the Heat were no longer dominating the league as they had during the Big Three era, Bosh's contributions made sure they remained a respected opponent. This phase of his career highlighted his versatility and determination to continue evolving as a player, even as the Heat shifted focus to develop a younger talent. Bosh's dedication and professionalism served as an example for his teammates, solidifying his legacy as one of the franchise's all-time great. But Chris Bosh's basketball career took an unexpected and tragic turn during the 2014-2015 NBA season. In February of 2015, while playing some of his best basketball and leading the Miami Heat after LeBron left, Bosh began experiencing unusual comfort and fatigue. These symptoms, initially thought to be minor, were later diagnosed as blood clots in his lungs. This life-threatening condition forced him to immediately step away from the game, ending his season prematurely. The diagnosis was a shock to Bosh, his teammates, fans, and analysts. It was a stark reminder that even the strongest athletes are not invincible. Bosh's health became the priority, but his absence was deeply felt by the Miami Heat, who relied on his leadership both on and off the court. The situation highlighted how quickly your life can change, even for someone at the peak of his physical abilities. Determined to overcome the setback, Bosh underwent treatment and focused on recovery. By the start of the 2015-2016 season, he returned to the court, eager to contribute and lead his team once again. Unfortunately, the return was short-lived. In February of 2016, during the All-Star break, Bosh experienced another health scare. Tests revealed a reoccurrence of blood clots, this time in his leg. Once again, he was sidelined, leaving his future in the NBA uncertain. Despite the grim look, Bosh refused to give up on his dream of playing basketball in the NBA once again. His optimism and resilience became an inspiration to many. He worked tirelessly to stay in shape and consulted with medical experts and explored every possible avenue to make a safe return to the court. And Bosh was vocal about his desire to play again, often sharing his journey with fans and the media. However, the reality of the condition posed significant risks. Blood clots required him to take blood-thinning medication, which made playing a contact sport like basketball extremely dangerous. A single injury on the court could result in life-threatening bleeding. After battling blood clotting issues earlier in his career, both Bosh and the Heat organization grew optimistic that he could overcome and recover in time for training camp. However, these hopes were soon dashed as health concerns persisted. In September of 2016, Bosh underwent his preseason physical exam, but he failed to clear it due to ongoing issues with blood clotting. As a result, the team did not clear him to participate in training camp. On September 26, 2016, Heat President Pat Riley made a significant announcement stating that the team considered Bosh's career with Miami effectively over. This marked a turning point in his relationship with the franchise and cast doubt on whether Bosh would ever play in the NBA again. In May of 2017, Bosh and the Heat reached a unique agreement to part ways. The arrangement allowed Miami to remove Bosh's hefty salary from their salary cap for the 2017-2018 season, giving the team financial flexibility, while signaling the end of Bosh's time with the organization. On June 2, 2017, the NBA officially ruled that Bosh's recurring blood condition was a career-ending illness. This decision further cleared the way for the Heat to formally release him, and just 2 days later, they would do just that. The Miami Heat waived Chris Bosh. His 7-year tenure with the team was over. Despite the difficult circumstances, the Heat showed immense respect and gratitude for Bosh's contribution to the franchise. Heat President Pat Riley made it clear that Bosh's legacy with the team would be honored. He said, "The number 1 will never be worn by another player, and we can't wait to someday hang his jersey in the rafters." Even after being released by the Heat, Bosh remained determined to revive his basketball career. In February of 2018, he declared himself on the comeback trail, refusing to rule out the possibility of a return to the NBA. However, as time passed, it became increasingly evident that his health challenges would prevent him from resuming his playing career. On February 12, 2019, Chris Bosh officially announced that he was no longer pursuing a return to professional basketball. He revealed that his plan to retire from the NBA, stating that he would formally mark his retirement when the Miami Heat retired his jersey. On March 26, 2019, during the regular season game against the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat honored Chris Bosh by retiring his number 1 jersey. The emotional ceremony celebrated Bosh's incredible contributions to the team, including 2 NBA championships and a number of All-Star appearances. The retirement of his jersey cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players in franchise history. In 2024, Chris Bosh surprised fans by appearing in Goran Dragic's farewell game in Slovenia. The game served as a celebration of Dragic's career and allowed Bosh to briefly step back on the court in a ceremonial role. And while it wasn't a competitive return, the moment was a reminder of Bosh's enduring love for basketball and his lasting connection to the sport. Bosh's legacy extends far beyond his statistics and championships. He is remembered as a selfless player who always put the team first, a leader who adapted to challenges, and a trailblazer who helped redefine the role of a modern big man in the NBA. His story is one of perseverance, grace, and an unwavering love for the game, even when faced with obstacles that no amount of talent or effort could overcome. While his playing career was cut short, Bosh's influence continues to resonate in the NBA and beyond. His resilience, humility, and contributions to the sport have solidified his place in basketball history, ensuring that his legacy will be remembered for generations to come. Well, what if I told you about a guy who has over 20,000 career points, over 5,000 career assists, was a 7-time All-Star, and was one of the NBA's most lethal scorers? Just disappeared one day. If you want to know about the disappearance of Joe Johnson, just click right here.